Hello everyone, it is Skyz here. Welcome back to yet another Fallout 76 video. In today's video, I have my top 5 guns video. Sort of a part 2 to last week's video. If you haven't seen that one, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But without further ado, we're just gonna jump straight in with number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have the lever action. Now, I use this weapon a shit ton in Fallout 4, so in 76, when I first started playing, I immediately got my hands on it and used it, because I fucking love old style repeaters. I just do. Any old Western repeater, I absolutely love. And, you know, the DPS on this thing, for being a rifleman weapon, is actually not too terrible. It's not great against bosses, but that's the case with like 99% of the weapons in the game, and it takes forever to reload. It just takes for fucking ever to rechamber all this. At least they fixed the fucking ammo bug. It took them a few years, but they at least finally fixed it. And not really has much to say about a lever action. It's kind of like talking about a minigun for 9 minutes. It's kind of impossible to. But yeah, we're gonna move on with number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the alien disintegrator. Now, right off the bat, I like the way this thing looks. It looks so fucking cool. And it's the second gun that is like my main weapon on my rifleman build, if that makes any sense. Like, I have 2 weapons primarily. I have the alien disintegrator, and then I have a Gauss rifle. Obviously, because Gauss rifles are fucking broken. Besides that, though, it has great DPS. Even with the rifleman version, you are still going to put out a shit ton of damage really quickly, and the ammo for it is actually relatively easy to come by now because of the way they changed how ammo drops on enemies. It's tradable, which I really like. I'm particularly not a huge fan of weapons that are just locked, because Bethesda said, fuck it, we're just gonna lock it, like the Warglaive or the Plasma Caster. Make weapons tradable, guys. Come on, it's not that hard. And then the only kind of issue I have with it is that if you can't find it in a vendor, or you don't have the plan for it, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to obtain. Once you get the plan, though, and you learn it, then you get legendary ones dropping on you constantly. But if you have to grind out the alien vent, the Invaders from Beyond, I think it's called, it's gonna take quite a while to get this thing. Especially since like the plan, I think, is like a 2% drop or something. I could be wrong. And you know, the event doesn't happen as often as Meat Week or Foshnight. Happens a lot more than the Mischief Night for sure. But it's still kind of a pain in the ass to get. But Fender hop around, you'll get your hands on it, and you'll have a very good time. Coming in at number 3, we have the Pepper Shaker. Now, it's a bit of a theme currently going on, but any of my favorite weapons I think look really cool, and the Pepper Shaker is no exception. I like the way this thing looks, even if it doesn't have skins, which is like the one bad thing I have about it. The modability on this thing is fucking insane. You can make this thing an energy weapon with the plasma or the laser modifications, or you can keep it a ballistic weapon with the shells. It's the only weapon classified under 2 different weapon types. Like, you know, there's commando, rifleman, and then there's shotgunner, heavy gunner, all that, right? Well, the Pepper Shaker is unique in a sense because it's affected by both heavy gunner and shotgunner, but it's not affected by enforcer, I believe. But that still doesn't take the fact that this thing is really fucking cool, and it's actually not that hard to get either, because this thing's been in the game since like 2022, I want to say, and it's just gonna be one of those weapons you're gonna find relatively easily if you just vendor hop a little bit. They're not too common in vendors, but during like Meat Week and stuff, I will keep a couple of the blank variants in my vendor just for people to buy and have a chance to see this thing, because I fucking love the Pepper Shaker. But yeah, that comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the auto grenade launcher. Now, when it comes to DPS, it's the best explosive weapon for that. by far, especially if a two-shot variant. I like how sleek it looks. I like how materialistic it looks. It doesn't have a shit ton of mods for it, but what it does make up for is within the DPS, especially if that two-shot variant. I can't stop talking about two-shot on this thing, because two-shot on explosive weapons is just pure fucking chaos and brokenness. It takes me back personally to the TSE days, back when the game first launched. The only really bad thing besides it doesn't having a lot of mods is that the ammo is fucking expensive. It is very expensive to craft, and probably for good reason too, because of the sheer demolition power you are getting with this thing. It's still a very good weapon. I highly recommend it for any explosive build. It's basically the only viable option you have. Sure, you have the Hellstorm missile launcher, the Fat Man, but when it comes to just weapons that have good enough damage and DPS that won't fucking kill you, the auto grenade launcher is your best friend. Anyone who knows me personally would know that that the Gatling gun is coming at number 1 on my list. But yes, my favorite weapon in Fallout 76 and my favorite heavy weapon in any of the Fallout games is the Gatling gun. I fucking love this thing. I love the sounds it makes. I love the concept of taking a Gatling gun from the Civil War era off its fucking tripod and using that as a mobile weapon. I love it. It makes no fucking sense, but you know what? It's Fallout. Nothing has to make sense, really. It's really easy to maintain ammo because of the slow fire rate. So your 5mm ammo, you're gonna gain more than what you shoot. With this thing, it feels like I'm using a rifleman gun. Honestly, it feels like I'm using like a combat rifle or something. I think it's the only weapon in the heavy gun class that's semi-auto. Pretty much, you can make it semi-auto. Now it shoots slower, obviously, because it's a Gatling gun, but at the cost of your fire rate. But your damage still, it's like you're hitting your enemies with a fucking semi-truck. Especially if an anti-armor explosive like I'm using in this clip here. I fucking love this gun. Again, it makes no fucking sense because this thing should weigh about 75 pounds and your character should be like basically dragging it on the floor. But it's the same with the fucking light machine gun. You shouldn't be able to carry it really that well and shoot it basically off your shoulder and run a gun with it. But hey, who the fuck cares? It's Fallout. We're all here to have a very good time. This was my dream weapon when I first started playing. I remember watching French Tomahawk play 76. I was at school watching on Twitch. Should have been paying attention. But hey, you know what? I graduated still. That's all that matters. And that's the Gatling gun for you. I fucking love this thing. I could probably talk about it for another 45 seconds. But I'm going to leave it here. And that's going to wrap it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I had a lot of fun putting this in together. If you guys enjoy it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below your favorite guns in 76. These are mine. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.